DLRs, hey, what's going on? Mike Borders with the Mike Borders channel. Thank you for watching. I'm working on my parents' pontoon boat today, and we are going to be replacing the speedometer and mechanism. Let's take a look. DLRs, we have made our way to the boat, and in our case, it is on the starboard side, and that will depend on your pontoon or speedboat. Yours may be port side, however, coming down to the actual mechanism here, and ours is broken. As you can see, the cable coming all the way up, it broke while it was in the water, and basically just zip tied it up as shown there. And coming to this piece right here, inside there is the plastic probe that fits on right there. Again, the whole thing just broke. In addition, this is movable, and in other words, it is slightly up right now because of the cinder block. However, we are going to replace the part, and the brand new one we will not actually position all the way down when it's installed. We will have to wait until the boat is off the cinder blocks and on the trailer. In our case, 3 Phillips screws, 1 on top, 2 on the bottom. We will carefully unscrew and remove that mechanism. Camera now position again, looking directly at the speedometer mechanism, and this is in the slightly up position. And if I continue pulling it up, just be careful. The bottom side is sharp plastic. As you see, it goes up. However, when you launch the boat, whether it's right before you put the boat in the water or immediately after, you want to push this all the way down to the fully down position. However, again, because of the cinder block, we can't go all the way down, but this is a good position to remove the upper screw. Followed by the 2 lower screws. And there it is. And when it's in the full down position, it is like that. It is aggressively slanted down when in the proper configuration and position. To a different camera angle and coming to a close-up view of where we just removed that speedometer and or mechanism from the aluminum plate. And you can clean it, that will be personal preference before you install a brand new one. However, from here, let's go grab the brand new part. Making our way to the workstation. On the other side of the jet ski is the workbench. Let's head there now. Making our way around the jet ski and to the workbench, and here is the brand new part. Down below in the comments and description will be a link on where to purchase this part. We've made our way back to the boat with the brand new speedometer and or mechanism, and before installing it, I'm going to pop this up to the neutral position as shown there. Align it properly and secure it. However, real quick, it did come with brand new shiny hardware, but the thing we just ran into was the screws that came with the brand new part are not actually large enough to secure it, so we are going to revert back to and use our old screws. In DIYers, no need to rush this. Align these screws inside the holes. Do not cross thread them. They should go in extremely easily. And we are not tightening them all the way. I just want to align all the screws before securing them. From here, I'm just loosening them up and aligning it properly, and then I'll secure it. Again, do not over tighten these. You will strip the aluminum. That's not what you want. I'll push this down slightly so I can gain better access to the upper screw. That is good. From here, I'll just shift it up so it does not make contact with the cinder block. However, at the tail end of the project, we will push this slightly down to secure the brand new tube or hose. Now to a close-up view of the brand new part installed. Again, DIYers, do not over tighten those screws. You will strip that aluminum. That's the last thing you want. From here, coming up top, directing our attention to the upper tube or hose, and we are going to clip away that zip tie, and we are going to use painter's tape to tape the brand new tube or hose to the old part and feed it through the entire under portion of our pontoon, as you see coming inside here. There it is right there, that small line or hose or tube, and you can see it is secured with a little lock clip into the wood with a Phillips screw and continues on through several holes of our beams until it's basically directly under the captain's seat helm where all the instruments and steering wheel assembly is. Alright DIYers, hey, quick break in the action, and we're only replacing the Speedo probe in this video. That may be the only part that you want to replace. However, for us, we are going to replace the entire Speedo tube in addition to the probe that we are replacing in this video. And that's because after doing the math, the probe itself as well as the Speedo tube is 25 years old. And DIYers, after touching that Speedo tube and trying to move it, it is hard as rock and will never ever perform as good as a brand new tube. We are going to replace that Speedo tube now, and you will notice the remaining portions of the video. You will see the brand new Speedo tube that we replaced. And scrolling above right now is a link to that video if you want to go that route. And DIYers, I strongly encourage you to do so. Again, if you're replacing your probe and it's 10, 20, maybe 30 years old, you're going to definitely want to replace your Speedo tube as well if it's that old too. Back to the speedometer, I'm going to ever so carefully shift it down. I'm not going to allow it to actually touch the cinder block. And from here, coming up top, grabbing the hose, and I'm going to re-secure it to the plastic probe. Do your absolute best not to break or crack that probe. Bring the line on as best and as straight as you can. And it's much better to have this fully extended to the down position and configuration to do this step, but in our case, unfortunately, we can't. Now to a close-up view of the brand new tube secured to the brand new speedometer probe or fitting, as you see there. And DIYers, just be patient, be careful, do not damage, crack, or break anything. And make sure that brand new tube is pushed flush all the way to the base portion as shown here. And from there, we'll just zip tie that in place. Brand new tube feeding from the speedometer probe and all the way upstream through all of their respective holes and re-secured to the underside has been completed. Video link number 1 down below in the comments and description will take you directly to that additional portion of the video. Definitely an upgrade having everything brand new.